programme of goodwill and cheer. We're nearly in December. It's Marilyn Hawes. And listen, this is the ultimate of Black Fridays, isn't it, today? The last day. I don't believe it. I
Yeah.
don't believe my. There's a Monday thing as well that carries on, isn't there?
I think there is. I think there is a Black Monday, but Black Friday. I tell you what, I just happened to have the TV on this morning, and it was really interesting. They were doing an interview at the main Amazon distribution center, one of the big ones in Bristol. It is absolutely fascinating because I've often thought, how on earth do you order something and you find maybe 5 hours later it's on your doorstep? And I mean, it's just incredible watching them, how the amount of technology required. And then
Oh,
these like columns of like pockets, if you like the sort of thing where you have they're little squares where you can put your shoes in. Do you know what I mean? Those sort of hanging things that you can have, and they had that, and there were people like looking at their computers, and a thing would come in a box, and then they had to pick that up and put it in this selected sort of robot thing, and then trolleyed off to, and how it gets wrapped and packed with the right labels is absolutely incredible. I'd love to go there and spend a day watching because it's really something to see. Because you
yeah.
just don't think about the back offices, do you? You just think,
Oh,
oh wow, there's my Amazon van. Thank you very much. I had something the other day. Literally, I'd ordered it before 12 o'clock, and it was literally on my doorstep at 4. How's that possible?
well, I suppose don't forget the delivery men usually are self-employed on franchise.
Oh yes.
So they're not like the usual inverted commas employee that'll say, "Oh, I've got to be packing this up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon." They work the hours because it suits them.
Yeah, yeah. But nonetheless, I mean, it's a very slick operation with so much complexity behind it.
Well, they don't get it all right. I'm sending something else back this week. And I mean, a simple thing. It's so annoying and it's so difficult to get things returned.
Mm.
In Southern Europe, I'll tell you, you got to go jump through the hoops. And a simple thing I could do with another belt. So,
Right.
I mean, there's that many belts. I thought, oh, well, that's a decent price. It's a 9 quid or €9. And it comes in a presentation box. Well, I thought, yeah. And you try and make it work, it's absolutely impossible. I've had three scientific geniuses on this to try and get it to work. Doesn't. So it's going back. Like we said in our last episode, you're going to get a good deal of seconds if you don't watch out.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, as I say, I always read the reviews. I only need to read one bad review, and it might just be some grumpy person, who knows, but that's enough for me not to do it. And it's the same with hotels. When I book a hotel, I often use hotels.com. I used to always go to the Premier Inn, but I think it got so expensive. But I will always read the reviews before I book. You only needs one to be dodgy, and I won't book it.
Yeah. Oh, she's hard. But there you go. I'll tell you else what's hard. That's something again that we've mentioned, but we must go into this a bit more. And it's about the suffering, because that's what it is, of old age pensioners skipping meals
Yes.
because they want to keep warm or they want to pay their taxes. And it's not been helped by the budget.
No.
Many people, as we've pointed out again, in houses, and it's not their fault. Of course, they rejoice and rub their hands when suddenly, oh, my house is worth 2 million. Well, it's easily done in London.
Yeah, absolutely. I would think nearly everybody's going to be clobbered with that one. Two
But how,
million.
how can I find two, three, four, £5,000?
But it was interesting, again this morning, reading. I'd gone to bed last night. I didn't hear it on the news, but to hear the Rachel Reeves' uncle has said she's a nice girl, but she's an unfit chancellor because she doesn't have, which is true, the qualifications, nor does she have the experience. Absolutely true. And then he was saying, and he was, I think the uncle had been a construction boss, I think, and his son is a head teacher, and his son obviously is the cousin of Rachel Reeves. And as a head teacher, he's come out and said it's absolutely nonsense. The whole family say that the budget is absolutely awful. And he's also sort of screwed over her cousin because this guy's got a house in an area that's expensive, over 2 million, so he's going to be caned. So many people are. And there was dreadful. There was a pub, really nice pub. I don't know what it was, but it's apparently one of the top ones in the country. And they're paid taxes. They have been paying taxes of about 18,000 a year. And I suppose this is also the rateable value of the property and that sort of thing. And of course, if you're in a lovely place and you've got a great big beautiful pub, then I suppose the rateable value would be more. But overnight, his expenditure has gone from 18,000 to 74,000 with the new budget. I mean, how can people cope? They can't. I don't think she realizes that our nation runs on small and medium-sized businesses.
Always has done, always will
And,
do.
and also, there was a guy on radio today on Five Live when I was driving back home this morning, and he runs a cleaning business, and he was saying that he had this person that he took on, and because they had this thing that you can take your employer after one day, can't you, to the tribunal? And thank goodness they are actually they're getting rid of that one. But he was caught up in that, and he said, "I'm only got a small cleaning business. I have 8 staff, and this woman came along and she didn't follow the rules, which was sort of like I need like if you can't come in." I need about 4 hours notice so that I can actually get someone in to and change the shifts and all of that does a lot of supermarket cleaning. And then she was just so unreliable that in the end he had to sack her, and she's taken him to the tribunal.
They're
And
experts.
ACUS, it's dreadful.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Oh
We
yeah, they do.
often, day one, it might be as an example, and it's happened this in one of our posh fish and chip shop outlets, and we're at seaside resorts, and you can't get people to work because it's a difficult area. They have to travel a long way, and you can smell it as soon as they walk in,
Oh, you
the
can.
type of people they are.
Yeah.
And this particular chappie, no names, etc., because he's uh, taking us to court on the fact that he got a burn from a fat drip that splashed up on him. Rubbish. But they believe him, and you've got to pay him from day one, pay the expense of the tribunal. They know what they're doing, and they're experts at it.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I'd love to see what their previous employers have found. I mean, because it's so easy to write your own reference, isn't it?
It is, but when you're desperate in poor areas
Yeah.
for employment,
Yeah.
just take what you get and cross your fingers. And
Mm,
you get jokers like this all the time. But
yeah.
in our society, as is at the moment, where the employee gets all the rights,
Mm,
when's the next bill going to come out saying employers' rights?
yeah.
That's what I want to see,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's
I
the way
mean,
to grow an economy.
well, of course it is. Of course it is. And there are so many small and medium-sized businesses that they are the backbone of the country. They really are. And there was a girl also was on TV, on radio, sorry, Five Live yesterday as well. She was saying, my husband have our own business and we work so hard to make ends meet. Meanwhile, my sister-in-law sits in her home, doesn't work, the kids go to school, and she earns £18,000 a year on benefits. And that's just like 2 grand less than what I'm taking home. And yet I'm working morning, noon, and night. And the work ethic isn't there, is it? I mean, I don't understand. I have always liked work. I've always liked going to work. Yeah, right. I might change my job every 2 or 3 years, but I've always enjoyed it. Even now, I still like. I don't know why. I just do. I like
Well,
working.
it's built in the DNA.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. And resilience and tenacity and all of that, it counts. I'm not someone I found it very, very difficult when the bottom dropped out of my world with the paedophile thing of my kids. And when I found it really difficult when we lost our house because we were missold insurance, I am really bad at asking for help. I won't. Well, I had to. I had to. And in a sense, it made me overcome any pride. But I felt awful, having to claim some benefits at that time because I never had done. And I felt dreadful. It really impacted my mental health, I have to say, because it was just absolutely against you know, everything that I believed in or my sort of attitude to life, and because I was ill and I couldn't work, I had a breakdown. And Dad didn't help in a way because in me is this thing that I have a very strong work ethic.
Yeah.
And I'm like my dad, he was the same. My dad
Well,
was exactly the same.
in all this, Marilyn, don't forget, there's a scientific formula, and it says socialism equals distribution of your wealth to the feckless, lazy, and undeserving.
There you go. There
It's
you go.
there to kill ambitions,
Yes.
and that's exactly what we have.
That's exactly what we have. Absolutely what we have. Yeah, I agree with you. Totally agree with you. And of course, lifting the cap on the child benefit. I mean, that's just literally, I thought they were going to do something about the what was it, the welfare thing. And I thought they were going to reduce the cost of welfare. But by doing that now, you're going to have, oh, goody, I can get more benefits. I'll have another kid.
Exactly. They know what they're doing. They're professional at it.
Yes, yes, they are. They are. Absolutely.
And they're wicked tax in all
And
this.
it is dreadful. And if I say to you this story now, and you won't mind me telling you, our friend James, James Tibbs from, right? And he called me yesterday, and he's basically sofa surfing. And very difficult if you're living in Hillingdon, where you're seeing these thousands of migrants in these
Yes.
beautiful hotels with heat, warmth, comfy rooms, food, your free phone, you're free this, you're free that. And he's sofa surfing, and he has a terrible, as you know, he has a very painful condition. And it's very sad. But he went to the house. I said, go to the housing department. So he went to the housing department yesterday. He said, there was me and another white person in the housing department. All the others were Muslims. And he said, I was told I was not priority. Now, this poor man has to have steroid injections in his feet to help him walk. And the only time he gets that can walk is if he like overdoses on certain stuff. But they're saying he's not priority. And I said, that's just absolutely insane. And she said, I sort of kicked off in the office there and said, this is just not right. I've paid my taxes all my life, blah blah blah. So I said to him, go to the doctor, get the written thing of your illness from your doctor, and then go and see your MP. And you need to really kick ass because it's particularly difficult in an area where migrants are going to be saying. And then I saw that the Epping Hotel, the Bell Hotel in Epping, they have now been moved out to brand new houses.
Oh, jolly good. And therefore, Labour trumpet the fact that hotel accommodation is reduced. Yeah, only in proportion as the other occupancy places, whether it be an
Where
army
the
camp or an
Yeah,
individual house, has increased. There's been no, well, I'll tell you what, there has been more and more lies. Oh, we've reduced the number of hotels. But that's not the whole truth.
no, no, no. I mean, I mean, they got the HMOs now as well, haven't you? You've got those what they called housing.
House of multiple occupancy.
Multiple, crikey. I mean, honestly, they must be hanging off the ceilings. I would have thought it was totally unhealthy, the number of people they're shoving in there. And it's awful. I feel very, very sorry for people who are homeless, where you have got so many illegal people staying in these. It must really, really rile you. Really, really, it's so unfair. It's
And
so unfair.
in all this, of course, we've got the inheritance tax, which is an evil tax.
Yes,
Everybody says the same
it is.
throughout the world. Britain's got the highest inheritance tax. There's very little inheritance tax. In other countries, it might be 1% or a token thing. Shouldn't be anywhere. 1%'s just not worth it. But when you've worked hard
Yeah,
and for yourself and your family, prepared all your life to look after your family, and then it's destroyed at the end.
it's dreadful.
It's wickedness. And of course, the farmers, the tractor farmers,
Oh, the farmers. And the fact they've sent, how much money is it to foreign farmers? Huge amount. They've sent to foreign farmers, the government, and they can't do anything for our own farmers. I don't get it. I mean,
well,
they were out in force yesterday, weren't they, with their tractors?
well, they were told, to be fair, not to come, but I tell you what, it was done at the last minute, and I guess deliberately. So anyway, they turned up, and I've seen cartoons, but Jacob Rees-Mogg said the same thing, and I've said the same thing. This is pathetic. They'd have not been turned back or stopped if they displayed on the front of their tractors the Palestinian flag. They wouldn't have been. This is two-tier policing.
Hey, 100%, 100%. I mean, it's dreadful. I mean, I really, I said today, you know, I said to Roger, another 3 years of this is just, he's causing so much misery. There's so little joy left. You know, it's just awful. And I don't know. People say, oh, they won't last, but how are they going to get rid of him? How are you going to get rid of him? How are you going to get rid of them?
I think eventually his home department, let's call them, will get rid of him. In other words, the clowns that are running this regime at the moment. Hence, we've got this terrible budget.
And also, not only that, there's liability Lammy getting rid of jury trial by jury.
This is, you think, oh, well, it makes sense that there's how many, oh, many thousands of cases, 60,000 at the top, awaiting. Let's have a shortcut. But you can't have shortcuts when there's lives at stake, which is what happens. We've got every right to be tried by our peers, and there are other ways of doing it. I was speaking to an eminent lawyer, European lawyer, top dog, knows Europe and Britain inside out, and he's retired. He was giving up on the whole thing. It's a mess. There's no justice.
Well,
This
that's right.
is an eminent lawyer saying this.
And I don't know how he's got away with it. How can Lammy just like that with the sweep of a pen, no debate again in Parliament, no debate. How can he just change the justice system like that? And it's going to be when you look at it. Oh, if you are a killer, if you're a murderer or something else, then you will still have that trial. But I wrote a thing out on Twitter saying, what about paedophiles? Paedophiles in there? What about terrorism? Is that in there? You know, that he's like really, I can't remember what the two categories were, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just awful. And I can't see how it's going to be any quicker because, you still have to tell the case, don't you? The lawyer still has to explain the case to the judge. How can that be any quick? I don't see how you're going to save that much time.
Well, I mentioned one particular lawyer, barrister, senior European exec in the law. What he said, let me tell you, I know quite a lot of people within the law in high positions. And the thing that keeps coming through is that no, this is the first sign of a dictatorship.
Oh,
That's what they're saying.
yes.
It doesn't sound much that this uh, ogre Lammy has come out with these outrageous things. Uh, dig down, see what it really means. It is first signs of dictatorship.
It says, and what will happen is, who's going to choose the judges? Well, there'll be more of the lefty human right ones, won't they?
Yes, there
So,
will.
you're going to have more. I mean, it just, you could not write this. You could not make it up. It's just, I can't believe what we're going through at the moment. I can't believe it. And the misery it's causing. I mean,
And if you don't get mad at that, let's start with digital ID. Again, it's been put in the back door in the budget. Casually happens. Oh, we are going to bring it in by 2029. it's going to cost nearly 2 billion. Where you
Crazy.
get your money from? Well, from the one place that it shouldn't come from. This is the logic of this government. It's coming from the Home Office. We need money in the Home Office to stop the immigrants
You're
illegal money.
exactly right.
And
Exactly.
they take money away. It suits them.
But what about I mean, I don't see how it can work. What about the elderly people? What about people who are not, they don't have any form of digital anything, you know? I mean, I mean, what about the people in the care homes? Have they got to have digital ID? What happened? I mean, there must be a whole raft of people that won't be able to use it or won't want to. And how are they going to, how are they going to police it?
There's plenty of good ideas coming out of this particular government, and all of it is useless. It will not work. It will not work. It can't
It
work.
can't work. It can't work because there's too many damn people. They don't even know half the people that are in the country because they've come in and they're working under the black shadows sort of thing in the nail bars and the kebab houses and the car washes and all of that. I mean, there's loads of
Well,
people that
they've been rejoicing this week. Let's say the loony left goodies have been rejoicing about the latest migration figures. And again, if you look behind the true figures, it's alarming. Oh yes, the net immigration has come down only because half the blooming world has left Britain, especially
anybody that could contribute and invest in Britain's gone.
it's
I don't
got.
blame them. I
Yeah,
truly don't blame them.
but in all these balances and checks they make of what is the net migration, oh, it's come out today. Well, there are 53,000. Yeah. What's that about? Well, these are the ones that have entered the country and we can't trace. And they
How are
don't,
you?
but that's the whole point, surely.
How are you going to do digital ID if you can't trace them?
Exactly.
I mean, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. And what are they going to do about the people that flatly refuse to use it? What are they going to do with them?
Well,
How,
yeah, there'll be lots of old age pensioners.
but you know, there's everything can't be done online. So, for an example, Roger's blue badge is expiring in February, right? So I thought, oh, I'll just renew it. You know, nothing's changed in the last 2 years. Everything. Oh no, they now clearly don't want to do the blue badges because you can't just renew it anymore. You have to reapply. And then you look at the council website, you go on, and it says for blue badge, if you need to talk to anybody, this is the number. So I thought, well, I will, because there's something like 20 documents that they need now that nobody would have. And if you have got them, you have to scan them. How many people have got a scanner in their home? Yeah, you have to scan them now. I have taken about 2 hours yesterday, and I'm not stupid. I spent 2 hours yesterday, and I looked through this list. It's colossal. This list of comfort. You've got to prove this. You've got to prove that. You've got to prove the other. Now this is ridiculous. So I rang them up, and I said, the number shown was the parking charges number. I said, I am looking at your website that says this is the number for Blue Badge, and you're telling me that's not the number. So who do you also talk to put the right number up there? So then I have to get the right number. And then I said, look, okay, so I have got to prove that Roger has here helpful aids. Do you know what I mean? Like the rails and the grabber. I said, what am I supposed to do? I don't have any paperwork. What am I supposed to do? Take photographs of them outside the house, inside the house, going up the stairs? How do I've got no proof. I mean, the doctors didn't do this. This came from occupational therapy. So how do I prove that? And I said, and I can't prove this, and I can't prove that. I don't have the documents. So what can I do? So then she says to me, well, I have the list here. I have the list. This is what you need in order to renew, but you can't renew. They go, click on renewal, and you click on renewal. It says you can't renew. You can only, so you need the current badge if you are renewing, but you can't renew, you have to reapply. A digital photo, your national insurance number, proof of ID, like a passport, proof of residency, use of mobility aids, proof of benefits, proof of professional support, letters from other professionals, proof of medication, proof of your letter of diagnosis, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Just for a blue badge. And they don't want to do it, you see. They don't want to do it.
No, and they can't cope with what they're supposed to legally take care of. They're
Yeah.
only working, I repeat, for the 50th time, perhaps 3 days a week on average, if you're lucky. Most of them are at home. It's a joke. How does the country exist? I don't know.
I absolutely agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. And then you've got, I mean, they're just not reading the audience, are they? They just don't get it. They are so detached from reality, or they're just so intent on not listening. Rachel Reeves, I intend to be a chancellor for several years to come. You won't be around in several years to come, darling.
No, well, the rest of us won't be around, even if she is. Something has to break. But the arrogance really.
100%. The arrogance, it's beyond arrogance. It's like it is Marxism.
It is Marx. When have we had? Oh, right, she's won the award already as Chancellor of the Exchequer, hasn't she? Been the worst one in history. When have we had she that is telling us about misogynism? She who is crying in Parliament. There's never been anything like it. It's a big joke.
It is a joke. I mean, why was she crying? Was her uncle telling her that she was
Yeah,
useless?
probably. Now
But
we
where's this
know.
word? Where's this word mansplaining come from? I have never heard it before,
Oh,
ever.
it's crept in.
I've never heard it. Is it a new word?
Yes, I suppose the
But I
last.
have to say, I thought Kenny Badenoch was
She was excellent.
she was wonderful the way I mean, she was very good the way she absolutely pasted them.
Well,
But she needs to do that more.
it was
She
a
needs to
bit
do more of that.
it was a bit naughty because she kept saying she, that woman over there. Didn't
But what was odd also was when it she was making speech, Lindsay Hoyle wasn't there. That other lady, the deputy, was there. Where is Lindsay Hoyle? You would have thought on a day
Yes,
like
I thought that actually.
yeah, on a day like you're reading the
He was
budget,
in
that
an
he would have been there.
aeroplane contributing to the CO2.
Oh, probably. And then you got the what was it that leaked it out? The Office of Budget, what OBR was it?
OBR.
And then released it an hour before. Who did that?
Another computer errors. Well, no,
Oh,
it's not a
I
computer
don't
error.
think so.
It's
I
somebody
think that was
making an error
deliberate.
that the computer pumped out there and releasing the whole budget half an hour before she stood up. Well, she got what she deserved. But who's going to get the sack there?
Well, I mean, someone pushed the button. It doesn't happen on its own, did it?
No, it doesn't. Total incompetence, but that's where we are.
Yeah, exactly,
Let's
exactly. No,
cheer
no
you up.
accountability, no accountability at all.
No.
Are we going to hear who did it? Was it deliberate?
Yes, you've got to answer the
Because
question.
some other people were sort of, more elderly uh, gentlemen who were MPs in their time were saying that it was a sacrosanct thing that you never had all this like leaking of stuff prior to the
Oh,
budget. I can remember that. What was in that no one heard or knew a thing until the absolute budget. No one knew a thing. And all this sort of leaking and guessing and all this stuff is nonsense. Shouldn't happen. Shouldn't happen.
don't know what they're doing. Um, have you heard of the phrase "bidoons" talking about lost
Ah,
was? Oh, well done. Now this is the Arab thing, and obviously you know the Arab Middle Eastern states. That they've got a gang there that are tutoring how to get into Britain, literally saying to people what response you should make when you get stopped at the border and how to get over the situation. So not only have we got these wicked illegal gangs in Europe coming by rubber dinghy, we've got things from Kuwait and mentoring, and we've got people doing the same thing in India, providing all the false documents you need, even ID documents, Sir Keir. Are you listening? So it's a big jamboree. And what is the common factor? Britain is the softest touch in the world.
we are a joke. I mean, the Badoon is strictly someone who they have been told will guaranteed asylum. You come here and you say you're stateless.
That's
They're
it.
saying you're stateless. I mean, if you come from Kuwait, you're Kuwaitian, aren't you? Whatever you call them. I mean, aren't you? How
Well,
can you be stateless? I don't understand how you
no, there's
can.
a special characteristic that they've created in Kuwait
Oh, is it?
around
Right.
their laws and our law.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
Right.
there again, it's got to be with the connivance of that Middle Eastern state.
Yeah. I mean, it's any which way they can get in. But I just, oh, it's awful. And there's another lady talking about, she had lived in Crowborough, a young woman with a young family, lived in Crowborough for 8 years, where they're now going to house 600 illegal migrants. Crowborough is beautiful. That part of Sussex is gorgeous. And so she was about to sell her house at the right price, and the buyers have just pulled out because they don't want to live in beautiful Crowborough with 600 illegal migrants right on their doorstep, and I don't blame them. And not only that, the value of our house has now gone down. I mean, it's not just about the migrant. People don't want them near them because of the way they behave. And you can't blame them. But it's terrible. I mean, you're trapped, aren't you, really?
Well, talking about gaming the system, the Pakistanis are very good at doing this at the moment, under the guise of student and holidays in the United Kingdom. They get these short-term visas and they tell them how to abuse it and how to overcome the staying. And the authorities have got to be aware of this, but they do nothing about it. They say, oh, well, we've only got so much funding. Well, surely we can put funding in this instance instead of ID, etc., more than sufficient. But there was an interesting statement by Lord Pearson about the Pakistani grooming gangs, etc. We should call them what they are, he said, within the confines of the House of Lords. Whether you could say this outside, I don't know, but he said, let's call them what they are, Muslims. Oh, courage, mon ami. But the whole thing here is that we take care of other people and not our own. We are
Oh, 100%.
citizens of the
That's
United
dreadful.
Kingdom.
Absolutely dreadful. I mean, it's dreadful. And I mean, the trouble is, we all. I must say it again. We all moan and we all complain, but we're so we're so well behaved. Do you know what I mean? If this was in France, they'd all be ripping out the front of the Eiffel Tower and everything. The French are, they're on it. They're not going to take any stick whatsoever. But I mean, wherever you go, people are moaning about it. But no one, well, I say no, and that's not right. I mean, the pink ladies are out there, aren't they? And other people, and in Hillingdon, it's that Wayne Broadchurch's funeral on Wednesday, and that's all out on Twitter as well to go to that. But it's there are people doing that, but is it making any difference?
Yeah.
Because you've got the lefty councils, and sometimes you don't even get. I mean, GB News comes out, Talk TV comes out, but you don't get the councils coming out and backing these people, and you don't get newspapers either. You don't get the local Gazette, which is they all don't they won't come out, no, and that's not true journalism, is it?
No, indeed. And if you're talking about the councils, etc., how about Inverness? The school there, or one of the schools there, have decided not to have a nativity play
Oh,
because well, various reasons. It appears that most of the staff actually are people from the left, of course, and are activists, and they want to carry on with the nativity play as long as they have part of the time to give the refugees story about Syria. And this has got to be part of the nativity play. Well, that's a skill, weaving that lot into a nativity play. The parents of the children have gone potty.
I'm good for
We
them.
want a, yeah, good for them, well done. That we want a straightforward nativity play. And the activists have said, right, you're not having any, we just cancel the nativity play.
Absolutely
And
dreadful.
the council have let them get away with it.
It's absolutely dreadful. I mean, absolutely dreadful. I think if I was I'd run my own nativity play.
Well, yeah, but just think about this. These are the brainwashing teachers that are
It's,
our
I mean,
children.
they always have been, but they are a lot worse. They are a lot worse. I was so pleased when my little 3-year-old grandson, he was delighted that he had been made. I was thinking, oh, Nana, I've got a part in the Christmas play. And I'm thinking, oh, my old goodness, is he going to be a lobster? You know? And he went, I'm the shepherd. I went, yes, it's tea towel time, Jack. Tea towel on your head, tea towel around your waist. But I
Yeah.
thought I am so pleased that they are going to have a proper nativity play. I'm so pleased. I think, and you shouldn't be, should you? You should just take it as expected.
Yeah, no, it's not inclusive. We've got to be inclusive. That's more important than the truth. Oh, don't
What
look.
gets me though, what gets me is you go to Dubai, you go to Abu Dhabi, you go to the Middle East, you go to Qatar, they celebrate Christmas because they know they've got Westerners there. The decorations that you see in Dubai around Christmas time are fantastic, absolutely beautiful. They have Father Christmas, they have snowmen, all of that. They celebrate, they allow you to celebrate it. And that's a Muslim country. So
Well, exactly.
what are they going on about?
They're pragmatists, and if there's dosh in it, they'll do
Oh
it.
yeah, fair enough. But at least they're doing it.
Well, listen, we've got something to discuss. You're not going to like me anymore, and probably half the nation or 51% of it won't. But I came across a very, very interesting article. Now, it's not me. I just want to throw this out, ladies, for discussion.
Come on
Now,
then.
I am a real fan of Kathy Gingell, who is the editor of Conservative Woman. It's a brilliant online publication. You must download the stuff there. It's not just for women, even though the title says that. But most of the people there with that title are women, and they thought, oh, let's go and have a jolly one lunchtime. And they usually bring up subjects to talk about. And this time it was about the origin of the women's liberation movement and all things about feminism. And somebody stood up there or sat down and stated, do you realize giving women the vote was the start of all this? Now, even I don't agree with that, but she said that. Perhaps it was just stirring things up. What do you mean? Well, it's the feminization of society, she said. And it started this way. Well, explain further, she said. Well, number one, it's encouraging children to be in and kept at the mercy of the state. Now, that's a strange statement until you look at the budget. Again, let's get the women back to work quicker. Let's provide brainwashing from literally age 0 by the state providing education. These are the breakfast clubs I'm referring to. It's all classic Marxism, very clever, and it's sneaking in through the budget door. It suits Labour to do that. So there you go. Number one, she said. Number two, demoralizing men. And she said, this is what's happened with a lot of men wouldn't agree with that. Certain men would. They just thought,
Well, Wes Streeting said it's a very difficult time to be a man.
oh, well, if he said it, it must be wrong. Well, yes, words of wisdom sometimes. Number three, she said, it's empowered the state and crushed free enterprise. Now, what she mean by that? Until you go and drill down on it, and you find if you go to the average civil service office, it's all women. Now, I'm exaggerating. I say all. No, it's not. But it's vastly superior amount of women in the civil service, mega times. If you've not noticed it, it's there. Research it, and next time you're speaking to the state, is it a man or a woman you're speaking to? And it's 9 out of 10 times it's a woman. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. I don't care whether you're men, women, black, white, polka dots. Can you do the job? That's not.
But very often they're overweight women, aren't they? You go into these offices and they're sort of strutting around, and you've got sort of little tin god men, grey faced, walking around with baggy grey trousers on. I mean, oh, they are a type. They really are a type. They I don't think they've done a day's hard work in their life. They think they have. They've got two speeds, slow and stop. You know.
Well, she goes on to say, number four, they prop up the state's institutions. They dominate the public sector. And it's true, investigate it. Well, there's a number of other things that came out of this conversation. Interesting. Lady Hallett, she, of course, got £200 million to spread liberally about, and we've still not discovered anything more about COVID, the recent COVID, and it's going to go on. There are more planned, more investigations into what happened with
I
COVID.
don't understand why they spend all this money on something like that. It's done, it's dusted. There were mistakes made. Nobody saw it coming. They didn't know what they were dealing with. I mean, why would you spend all that money on it?
Exactly. They've done, oh no, they've altered the figures in that Boris Johnson was not, as originally was stated, responsible for the death of 20,000 people. It was 23,000 people. And that's what we've paid our 200 million. It is ridiculous.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I don't see what it achieves. I mean, all you should be doing is just thinking, well, if it happened again, what were the mistakes we made? And the biggest mistake was lockdown because, Sweden didn't, and they haven't got a wrecked economy. And, I know it's a smaller country, but that's what I said at the time. I thought that's what they should do.
Yeah. Well, if you look at Belarus, which has run by dictatorship until very recently, they were told by the dictator, ignore it, do what you want. And their figures of survival are exactly the same as Britain's. Point
Herd immunity.
taken. Many quangos, that's the real enemy in our midst. Another government organization, quasi government organization, that's the meaning of it, are headed by women. All right. You'd expect 50-50, but no, they are. Sticking a little bit with the COVID scene, remember the Sage debacle of the people thinking that they know better than the average Joe. Most of the advisors were ladies, and indeed communist ladies that were advising government on their tactics, how to head off the COVID. Basically, there's saturation. Now, I don't know why, but it just happens that look at your favorite news providing program, and even the right wing, let's call them, dare one call them GB News, when presenters are off ill or on annual leave or paternity leave or whatever, there they are, the usual breakfast time hosts, which is nicely balanced between a man and a woman. Then they have to get the substitutes in. But you will never get two men, ever. You get two ladies, but you'll never get two men. Now, there's a reason for that. I'm not going to expand on it because I needn't. Everybody impartial will recognize that fact. Okay. Who's heading up the bankrupt local authorities?
Mm.
The ladies, I'm afraid. Birmingham, who's got a Marxist woman who said, right, we want equal pay. Well, hang on, you're not emptying the bins.
Oh, no one's emptying the bins, are they?
No one's emptying the bins. You're a clerk. Why do you want equal pay? I'm going to bring it in. Therefore, immediately Birmingham are bankrupt. Now, it just doesn't make sense.
No,
The biggest unions now, Unison, are headed by the ladies. Now, I'm just throwing some points out. Some of them are valid in my mind, others are not. I'm just teasing a little bit and putting it from the other extreme point of view. So, fellas, should we be saying, Marilyn, fellas, where are you? Why have you let this situation develop? Or should we say, simply, it's the blob, those who rule us, that it's in their interest?
I think the lady that's in charge of the unions, can't remember her name, I think she's very good.
Well,
What's her
obviously
name?
not in Birmingham.
No, 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 the one that is in charge. She was on oh golly, she was on Laura Kuenssberg the other day. And I do think she's very good. But yes, you're talking about the Birmingham one. I mean, oh dear.
And
Yeah,
I think it's
I didn't realize it was so pro women as that actually. I mean, how many women are in the government in cabinet? There's quite a few actually, aren't there?
oh, yes. I
Yeah, there
mean,
are. There are actually. Yeah.
I don't mind as long as they're worthy of the position.
Yeah, not just because
I'll
of.
tell you exactly. But they're
Yeah.
not. And
It's
men aren't anyway. We're talking about the cabinet.
no, but I mean, it's all, it's again, isn't it? DIE, DEI, whatever you call it. Diversity, inclusion, and equality. Well, it's not equality if there's less men than women, are there?
Not exactly. But is it the lazy men that have allowed this to happen? Let's have the real blame here. Are we as men just content to sit back and let you ladies
Well, I
do
don't
this?
think that's true. I don't think, I mean, my kids, my boys, and all their mates work really hard. Work really hard. Um,
Not at
but
politics.
then, but then, yeah, well, there we go. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I do think it's in your DNA if you're lazy. I really do. I agree with that. But I didn't realize it was so pro women.
Oh, it is. And this is coming from a woman's organization. So there you go. Worth talking about, isn't it? Let's stir the pot.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, yes. It shouldn't be that way, should it? It should be down again to actual, ability once again. But I do think, in a way, although I thought, oh, Paul, we're preaching, whoa, 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 that, going on, it's very hard being a man. I do think there are. To be fair, I think there are a lot of strident women who are not feminine, who they think they're a female in a man's suit. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think they're very good in powerful jobs. Like I think they can be unbelievably bitchy and very unpleasant, real petticoat power. I
Ooh,
think. No, I think they can be. I really do. I don't think sometimes women maintain a femininity that can still be used as if you're head of business. I think some of them do become unapproachable and, you know, difficult. I always prefer, always, all my life, I've preferred working with men than women. Always have done. I think that men are much easier to work with.
yeah, good mixture. Finally, talking about mixtures, there's been some interesting dietary recommendations as have escaped this week, especially with, ooh, horrible subject, IBS. 15% of the population, it's reckoned, have some form of IBS if you're 40 plus.
Well, I think you'll find also nearly every carer's got it. It's stress
It can be caused by lots of things. That's perfectly.
and also a certain diet. I mean, as you go back to processed food again.
It is absolutely that. And the doctors do their best, but they don't get it always right. Tell you what gets it always right, your own body.
Mm,
And you've got to find which foods simply
you're absolutely right.
helpful
Yeah.
for you and which aren't. But I tell you, the meaning of all this is that they've compared people that are on proper IBS diets, which is a very difficult diet.
Yeah, it is.
It's got to be individualized. And but there again, they've worked out that actually 70% had an improvement, a big improvement in the first 6 months. by simply going to the Mediterranean diet.
Oh yeah, you see
And
olive
they
oil.
are Go Simple Stupid much better than the IBS diet.
Mm,
What's the Mediterranean diet? Well, we always know about olive oil, fish, vegetables, whole grain.
yeah.
You know it. Nuts are good for you. And choose that rather than the medical route unless it's acute.
Mm. I mean,
Then,
I think you get a load of roasted Mediterranean vegetables are just delicious, I think.
yes, they
I,
are.
I love them. They're
But,
really nice.
but you look at longevity. You look at the benefits of olive oil. It's a little bit extreme to take 3 teaspoonsful of olive
I
oil.
don't think I could do that actually.
Most people
I really don't. I think I know I've read that, but I just don't think I could. The consistency.
well,
Someone once said to me that if you eat, when I did it once, I nearly threw up. Uh, coconut, coconut paste or coconut oil, and I bought a jar of this paste.
oh, it's fattening as well.
Oh, it's disgusting though. Oh,
Yeah,
the
very good for you.
texture.
Yeah, very good
I
for
don't
you.
care. It's
Not it
disgusting.
in a curry. That's where it
Oh, well, that's
really.
different. Yeah, of course. But I mean, not to, they were saying that have a teaspoon every morning. And I just thought, oh, no, I can't do this.
There you go. Listen, we've got to come to an end. Time to
All right
stop
then.
again. And well, it's we've covered a lot there, young lady.
We have. There's been a lot of, a lot of stuff going round to have to cover, quite honestly, isn't it? Will it get any better this coming week? No.
Depends how you define the word better, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Certainly, it doesn't leave us in much peace, much time to talk. Uh, there you go. Well, we'll see you shortly.
See you shortly. Okie dokie. Have a good weekend.